name is Nicholas Charles Soul, also known as the Soulman, and welcome to another monthly recap. So, it's been a month. I was supposed to start this yesterday, but I decided to do it today because yesterday was the first time I had to clean up my new PC, and I also set up a second monitor now so I can actually see you guys in chat. So, I was able to set that up, and I want to go over all the stuff that happened within February, so anyone who missed the streams or weren't able to check it out or check out the VODs. This video is pretty much just a summary of all that. So, first off, I want to get down to all the variety games that I played this month. So, one of these was a small indie game called Fly Night, basically a mix of Kingsfield and OSRS with a bug atmosphere that I did finish, and it was pretty decent. Like, it was a pretty decent game. I'd probably recommend it because they are, from what I've heard, they are thinking of making Fly Night 2, a sequel. After that, I tried a game called Keeper's Toll. After that, that game was pretty fun. It's basically like a Vampire Survivors like type of game of like, or rather like an action roguelike type of game where it's automatic controls, a little automatic. You still have buttons to press within it, but you move around, you kill enemies, gain XP, gain new stuff, the gist of it. And I tried that out, and it was alright. After that was Jump King Quest. I was able to try that out. It was fairly decent, I'd say. And I didn't like the combat a lot. The movement in the game was alright, but the combat that it had within this new game just wasn't for me, so even though I tried it out, I kind of dropped it. And one of the other game, and the game that I was telling people earlier before that I was going to try out was Everhood. Because, as you all know, or at least by the recording of this, Everhood 2 is coming around March 4th. So, I think it was a week or two ago that I played it out for the first time. And it was pretty fun. It was also one of the first streams that I put on YouTube as well. Because for those who are familiar with Twitch, whenever you record a stream and you have a VOD, it saves those VODs within the studio thing, where you can sort of like check them out, as well as viewers who might have missed the stream to check it out. But during a certain couple of days, it has a expiration date of some sorts. I don't know why. But because of that, I wanted to try and save the VODs that, especially with the first playthrough of Everhood, I wanted to save that within YouTube, and since then I've been saving the previous streams from that time till now of all the stuff that I've streamed on Twitch. So if you haven't checked that out on the channel, go check it out. It's unedited, it's pretty much just me playing games and talking from time to time. And yeah, I was able to complete, for Everhood I was able to beat the game, but I wasn't able to do the secrets within the game, which I didn't know about. Like, all I knew about was that there was a different path of like pacifist and normal, I guess. It was a weird pattern that it had, but the reason why I wasn't able to check out the secrets and stuff like that was mostly due to a save thing with New Game Plus. Apparently I saved too late within the game in order to continue within that save file. And because the other two save files were from very previous stuff that I wasn't able to get some of the collectibles within, it just felt like it would have been a complete chore to get all of it. Like, I like doing it all within one save. Like, most of the collectionary stuff within one save. But because I didn't know about that stuff and all that, I pretty much just had the fun that I had with and gave my little review at it at the end. And I thought it was very fun, and I highly recommend it if you haven't played it yet. And on and off streams, I've been playing Binding of Isaac. This is mostly just a casual game for me to play whenever I'm bored or need something to play. And sometimes I stream it, and sometimes I might stream it, sometimes I might not. It's just a bit of a mix within that. But one of the other games that I've been playing, which has been more of a constant within the streams, is Marvel Rivals. And that game is it is very fun, but it has one big problem, and that's the matchmaking. So, I did make a tweet about it. It probably was stupid of me to reply it under one of the official thing, one of the official accounts. I think it's the official account. But yeah. So, within the matchmaking, how the system works is basically it tries to register the type of rank that you have. And this is talking about competitive, because I've been trying to do competitive a bit more now while also trying to do quick play. With quick play, it's just completely random. Like, you get matched up with anyone within your region and stuff like that. But for competitive, within that region, you are matched with people similar to your rank. And the thing is, it's very different within the way that it matches you with other different ranks. So, for example, I'm currently Gold 2. So if I was queued into a matchmaking for competitive, I would have to team up with Gold 2 members. But for some reason, a lot of the times it doesn't queue me with Gold 2 members. It queues me with either people who have Gold 3, Silver 1, or Gold 1. And it pretty much makes it a lot more inconsistent of how it's supposed to register the ranks of the players, as well as the skills within the players as well. Excuse me. But it's one of the problems that I had with the game, and I try to go into detail with this on how they could fix it within my Twitter post. I can't show it within this because it's hard to try and manage all this stuff at once with the new monitor as well. But I'll read it to you all. Make rank with 3 categories: team skill, accuracy, and efficiency, similar to fighting games like Tekken 8. Change Chrono Shield charges from 4 losses to 3, and 35 plus win points to 30 baseline, and 20-ish lose points to 10 baseline. Solo queue is a mess unless you have pre-made groups in comp. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Because there's a lot of people that can smurf it, there are a lot of bots that can sometimes appear within the game, and there are also inconsistent types of players that have a unknown skill level within the game that either have done their homework, have played games similar to Marvel Rivals like Team Fortress 2 or Overwatch, or are completely new to the game. And this pretty much creates a huge skill gap within players, as well as the teammates that you have to team up with. And it can sometimes make things very inconsistent, but the most demoralizing part about it is within the point system as well. So, as I said within this tweet, it has a inconsistent 35 plus win points and a 20-ish lose points. So, how that works is that you win a game, you get like 30-ish points and 35-ish points. If you lose a game, you only get 20-ish points. And the amount of points that you get sometimes differs from the amount of plays that you were able to do within the game, like sort of like your overall your overall completion within the thing, like with your KDI or your accuracy or your damage, your healing, all of that. And the problem is it creates a very inconsistent amount of points, and especially within the loss points, to the point where it makes more of you're winning just a tiny bit compared to how much you're losing within matches. So, for example, if I won 3 matches in a row, that would get me around like 60 to 80 point, or no, it would get me around 90 to 100 points, roughly around that. And if you lost, excuse me, if you lost 3 rounds in a row, you lose 60 points. So the difference is within a 40-point difference. And because the point system has 100 for you to gain a new rank within, you are pretty much fighting against a 40-point difference within each rank. So the the overall net positive is not very good, because it creates like this gap of points within it that pretty much makes it hard for people to come back to, because losing that many points within that kind of gap difference of 40 points can definitely demoralize people. And it has happened with me a couple times as well, because the amount of points that you lose consistently can sometimes upper as well. So it will not always just be 40 points, it could be even more than that within the gap. So that's clear. So within trying to get points, you're pretty much losing 40, 40 points within 100 points of that you need a rank within. And the overall thing is that it's a more of a struggle. Like, it's a lot more of a struggle for you to earn points within getting a rank than you are within losing it. Because you are losing a lot more because it's closer to the number of how many win points that you have than you do loss points. So it creates a bit of... And the reason why I wanted the 30 baseline for win points and 10 points for lose points is because it creates a bit of a neutral ground, a neutral point system that pretty much makes it fair, but also it makes it more consistent with how it manages the numbers within this game. Because that's the thing, it's confusing. It's not consistent, and it creates a problem that you are pretty much guessing within each game of how much you are winning compared to how much you are losing. But with a 30 baseline and a 10-point baseline, it at least creates a neutral ground that you are gaining more than you are losing more. Because from gaining more, it helps you be more moralized to keep trying. Because if you keep losing from 10 points, like 3 games, it's 30 points. For wins for 3 games, it's 90 points. So you have a 60-point difference within that is pretty much a positive, and instead of a negative. Like, that's a 20-point more than it was with the current one. That's like a 40-point difference. So it creates more of a net positive that encourages players that they are doing more. They are doing more and they are trying, and they don't feel like, even though that they are losing a lot of matches, they can still be consistent and be able to climb up. That I feel like would be a lot more easier within the matchmaking for competitive, at least for the ranking system and all of its points and all that stuff. But that's pretty much my only complaint, besides them not being able to register multi-mouse buttons for key binding. Like, for example, my 12 button Logitech mouse is unable to register within the game. But those are the only two things that I dislike about the game. But overall, the rest of it is genuinely fun. Like, the quick matching is fun. Excuse me. I tried the Doom matches, and they were fun as well. And competitive is a bit of a mixed bag because of how the matchmaking, as well as how it registers different players with each other, as well as the inconsistency of points for it. So, overall, it's a fun game. It's free to play. I highly recommend you checking it out. I definitely recommend you trying quick play first. They do also have a practice versus AI thing where it helps you practice against robot or roboted generated actions within the heroes, so it makes it a lot easier for you to practice your class in. But with quick play, it gives you a bit more experience with the players that you're fighting against as well. So, check it out. It's very fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it. And so that is all the games that I have played within February. It doesn't seem like a lot, thinking back to it, but it's at least like 6 different games. 2 of them a little bit more consistent. The rest have just been single player games. One of them is a multiplayer game, but you get the point. Like, I streamed Marvel Rivals a lot. So, I want to also talk about the followers and the subscribers that I have on my YouTube channel. Currently, I have, for Twitch followers, 63 followers. I've pretty much gained a lot more of a positive within that than I legitimately thought. Like, I thought I would be stuck at 5 or 50, because when I came back, I started with 33, mostly from old friends and stuff like that. But to be able to get to 63 within 3 months has been a huge blessing. For Twitter, it's been 58 followers, and for YouTube, it's just been 4 subscribers. Granted, I've not been promoting my YouTube channel either, so there's that. But with the amount of progress I've been making so far from trying and streaming again and trying to be consistent as well as enjoying the stuff, it's been very nice. And I hope once I get to affiliate, I'll be able to set up some emotes and some other stuff for more people to engage with and have fun with. Because I don't always get a lot of view or concurrent watchers within my streams as well as viewers. But I still try. Like, I still try to engage whenever I can, whenever someone comes who isn't a promoter or bot. I pretty much just time or ban those people out. But yeah, the normal people who come to my streams to interact, like some of the people that I've met within the game of Marvel Rivals, it's been fun, it's been very nice, and I hope that continues, and I hope that continues to grow. So, I think that's pretty much everything within the February that I've been able to do. I did also have a little bit of a Valentine's Day stream as well with the sunglasses that you can see on the bucket helm. I do have something planned for St. Patrick's Day to wear for St. Patrick's stream. But for the games that I want to play within March, one of them is definitely the Everhood 2 game, and another game that I will be playing within March is the remasters of Soul Reaver 1 and Soul Reaver 2. And they're both within the same game from the way the remaster is. So I wanted to check that out because I did play the original Soul Reaver when I was very, very little on the PlayStation, and I kind of wanted to check that out as well as its sequel and see how enjoyable that is. And I'll try to interact within that as much as I did with Everhood with some of the voiceovers and stuff like that, but I think it's voice acted, so who knows? We'll check it out at some point. As for the date of the Soul Reaver game, I'm still debating on it, but I'll let people know on Twitter. But yeah, that is everything for the February recap. It's been a pretty good month, I think. Like, it's had a little bit of annoyances with the Marvel Rivals stuff, but the other things, the other games that I've played and tried out, I've had fun with. I've had fun with Marvel Rivals as well, but I've had a lot of fun with a lot of the games that I've been playing as well as been streaming for this month. And I hope as March continues, I'll be able to have the same kind of fun and enjoyment that I had with February, but grow even more at some point. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything for February. I'll be sure to make one for March, hopefully closer to the 1st or within the 1st of the day, and have it unedited like this one. But, yeah, a new month, a new me. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing or following for the YouTube or Twitch channel. And I will see you all within the next stream. But for this video, I will see you all within the next month. Bye-bye.